Hello and welcome back to the books. This one's another one, Angus and the Cat by Marjorie Flack. I hope I said that right. Each day, as Angus grew older, he grew longer, but not much higher. Scotty dogs grow that way. Now, as Angus grew older and longer, he learned many things. He learned that it is best to stay in one's own yard, and frogs can jump, but not to jump after them. And balloons go pop. Angus also learned not to lie on the sofa and not to take somebody else's food and things like that. But there was something outdoors Angus was very curious about but had never learned about, and that was cats. The leash was too short. Cats are really fast. Until one day, what should Angus find indoors? Lying on the sofa, but a strange little cat. Angus came closer. The cat sat up. Angus came closer. The cat jumped up onto the arm of the sofa. Angus came closer and the little cat boxed Angus's ears. Cats will do that to you. Little bastards. Woof, woof, said Angus. Up jumped the cat onto the sofa back and up onto the mantel. And Angus was not high enough to reach her. But at lunchtime, she came to try to take Angus's food, though not for long. Up she jumped onto the table, and Angus was not high enough to reach her. At nap time, she was sitting in Angus's own special square of sunshine, washing her face. Though not for long. Up she jumped onto the windowsill, and Angus was not high enough to reach her. For 3 whole days, Angus was very busy chasing that cat, but she always went up out of reach until on the 4th day, he chased her up the stairs into the bedroom, and she was completely gone. Angus looked under the bed. No cat was there. Angus looked out of the window into his yard, into the next yard. No cat could he see anywhere. Angus went down the stairs. He looked on the sofa. No cat was there. He looked on the mantel. No cat was there. Angus looked on the table and on the windowsills. No cat was indoors anywhere. So Angus was all alone. There was no cat to box his ears. There was no cat to take his food. There was no cat to sit in his sunshine. There was no cat to chase away. So Angus was all alone, and he had nothing to do. Angus missed the little cat. But at lunchtime, he heard this noise. Purr. And there she was again. And Angus knew, and the cat knew, that Angus knew that Angus was glad the cat came back. Now, some history on this book. It was my father's, and it's old. It's copyrighted back in 1939, as you can see down there. It's a beautiful old story. Very nice. Sorry for the long wait on another book. There's going to be 2 books today to make up for that. So it will be a much longer video, because the last video wasn't very long. And I feel kind of bad about it. It's only like 2 or 3 minutes. This one's going to be pushing for that 10-minute mark. And we're going to have 3 books. So this is the second one. It is Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBradley and illustrated by Anita Jaram. I don't know where the fuck I got Gina from. Sorry, kids. If you're swearing. It's for Deborah and Johanne. To Liz with love. Little nut brown hare, who was going to bed, held on very tight to big nut brown hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that big nut brown hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said big nut brown hare. This much, said little nut brown hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. But, oh shit. Big nut brown hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That's a lot, thought little nut brown hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said little nut brown hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said big nut brown hare. That is very high, thought little nut brown hare. I wish I had arms like that. Then little nut brown hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said big nut brown hare, swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed little nut brown hare, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled big brown hare, as he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought little nut brown hare. I wish I could hop like that. Get my hand out of things so you can see these beautiful photos. I love you all the way down to the lane, as far as the river, cried little nut brown hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said big nut brown hare. That's very far, thought little nut brown hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked out beyond the thorn bushes, out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said big nut brown hare. That is very, very far, said big nut brown hare, settled little nut brown hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. Now this book, as for some history on it, is not as old. There's a chance that if you're hearing this, you may have already heard it before, as it was only copyrighted in 1994, as you can potentially read there. Sorry about the glare, I can't really do anything about it. It's a nice book. Parents used to read it to me when I was a kid. Now I read it to you guys on here, or at least to my girlfriend, as she's the only one I think who listens to these. And the last one, it's my favorite, Ginger by Charlotte Vaughn. I do hope I said that right. I'm only a teenager, so I don't really care, but at the same time, don't want to get people angry. Copyright of 1997. Let's get to it. Ginger was a lucky cat. He lived with a little girl who made him delicious meals and gave him a beautiful basket where he would curl up and close his eyes. Here he is, fast asleep. Actually, wait, I'm going to put you guys down and try and change the lights so that we don't get as much glare. Let's try this out. Alright, yeah, alright, I think I got it. Less glare, that is good. And continuing the story. But here he is, again, wide awake. What's this? A kitten. He'll be a nice new friend for you, Ginger, said the little girl. Oh, here's the photo. But Ginger didn't want a new friend, especially one like this. Ginger hoped the kitten would go away, but he didn't. Everywhere the Ginger went, the kitten followed, springing out from behind doors, leaping onto Ginger's back, even eating Ginger's food. What a naughty kitten. But what upset Ginger more than anything was that whenever he got into his beautiful basket, the kitten always climbed in too. And the little girl didn't do anything about it. Did you see the photos? So Ginger decided to leave home. He went out through the cat flap and didn't come back. The kitten waited for a while. Then he got to Ginger's basket. It wasn't the same without Ginger. The kitten played with some flowers, and then he found somewhere to sharpen his claws. The little girl found him on the table drinking some milk. "You naughty kitten," she said. I thought you were with Ginger. Where is he anyway?" She looked in Ginger's basket, but of course he wasn't there. "Perhaps he's eating his food," she said, but Ginger wasn't there either. "I hope he's not upset," she said. "I hope he hasn't run away." She put on her galoshes and went out into the garden, and that is where she found him. A very wet, sad, cold Ginger hiding under a bush. The little girl carried Ginger and the kitten inside. "It's a pity you can't be friends," she said. She gave Ginger a special meal. She gave the kitten a little plate of his own. Then she tucked Ginger into his own warm basket. All she could find for the kitten to sleep in was a little tiny cardboard box. But the kitten didn't mind, because cats love cardboard boxes, however small they are. That is true. You can find YouTube videos of big cats going to cardboard boxes. It's very fun. So when the little girl went in to see the two cats again, this is how she found them. And now Ginger and the naughty kitten get along very well. Most of the time. And that's tonight's books. Or actually this week's books with how often I upload. Sorry for the long wait. Enjoy. Do the YouTube stuff. Peace.